What's up everyone, my name's Cam. I am a certified dog nutritionist and founder of the Dog Nutritionist. This is my dog food review of Pure Pet Food. Pure Pet Food is a powdered dog food where you simply add water and you then have a wonderful dog food meal. But is this really the case? We're going to go into the ingredients, how the food is made, and evaluate whether that stacks up against what a healthy meal for a dog should be. Now, to cut a long story short, no mammal should be consuming powdered food every single day. It's far from natural. We don't have protein shakes or the equivalent of Huel, a company that make powdered milkshake type meals. They wouldn't recommend you ate those every single day, and that is the same for Pure Pet Food. I've got the ingredients below, so if I'm looking down, that's me just checking my notes. So let's get stuck into the ingredients. 50% of the meal is meat. Then you have potato, pea protein, dried egg. So just for those of you who don't know, the ingredient which makes up the highest proportion is always listed on the label first, and then the ingredient which is in the lowest proportion in the meal is listed last. That means potato is the second most prevalent ingredient in this meal. Pea protein comes next. Now that is a bit of a worry. Potato shouldn't be being consumed by dogs every single day. Dogs are not as evolved as us humans to break down starchy carbohydrates. What that does over time is puts pressure on their digestive system because it's not natural. So it's not great to see potato there, but let's see what else is in the ingredients. Maybe there can be some improvements. Pea protein, this is a low quality protein source, just to bulk up the numbers to make it seem like this is a really great high protein meal. But pea protein from a legume, I wouldn't give that to my dog. The next is dried egg. That's like a post-war ration type ingredient. Dried egg. Chicken stock, this is for flavoring. Then you have more peas, more legumes, linseed. Next, broccoli makes up 1.5%, carrot, then spinach, which is 1%. So the vegetables within this make up a tiny proportion. They're going to be really dried out, so the vitamin C levels are going to be massively effective. Those water-soluble vitamins that dogs need, they'll be massively affected by the cooking process and the fact that this is a dry food meal. Strawberries make up 0.5%, which is pretty much irrelevant. So the ingredients are okay. You know, you got chicken. I mean, they're not okay, to be honest. They're really not. And then once you take into account how it's actually made, it's dried out into a powder. That's going to massively affect the nutritional value of each ingredient. Whilst it may say that this meal is really high in protein, it says 46% protein, but that's because there is no moisture in this meal. When you look at a fresh food meal or a raw food meal, it's up to 70% moisture. So the protein levels are actually around 15 to 16%. And then when you get a dry food, they're a lot higher. So your initial thought is, wow, look how high in protein it is. But if you suck out all the moisture, obviously what's left is going to be a lot more protein. So it's a little bit deceptive in that sense. We've also, what is also not good about this food is the fact that this drying out takes away some pathogens and bacteria. But it's important to note that bacteria, fungi, microorganisms on food, that all nourishes your dog's gut microbiome. When that food is fresh, it's not completely rotten, then there's an appropriate level of bacteria on the food, an appropriate level of fungus on the food. That all goes into your gut, nourishes their gut, and works to strengthen their immune system. This is a powdered food, this is a sterilized meal. Then you've got the additives, vitamin A, obviously, vitamin D, vitamin E, taurine. Taurine is to make up for the fact that the protein quality is probably abysmal. Protein is very stable in its quantity through the cooking process, but the quality of the protein is massively effective. It denatures protein, and that's why they've obviously included quite a large amount of taurine in here per kilogram. You've then got iron, manganese, copper, iodine, selenium, vitamin A, vitamin D. This is because the food that they're including in the meal is not doing that job. Therefore, they're seeking out synthetic additives, synthetic vitamins to make up for the fact that their meal is actually lacking in the nutrients your dog needs. If you ever see a dog food meal which has a long list of additives, just think crap ingredients. Simple as that. 46% protein, well, we know that's because there's no moisture, 1.5% fiber, 19% fat, that's pretty high. That means what's left is about 20 to 25% carbohydrates, which is a lot. It is a lot. Dogs should not be consuming that many carbohydrates per day. This food is really not appropriate for your dog to be consuming every single day. Maybe if you're going on a camping trip and you really needed something that was convenient, something that, basically it's just convenient. It will nourish your dog for a time, but for an extended amount of time, it's not going to be good. It's just too unnatural. It doesn't make any sense, this food. Powdered food for dogs? No. For more information on how you can feed your dog in a cost-effective and extremely healthy way, visit my website, www.thedognutritionist.com. Yeah, that will have the information you need to feed your dog the best way you can.